Welcome to Impact Masters Podcast in collaboration with Africa's Talking Retold Podcast, where every conversation sparks new insights. Join us as we delve into the stories of extraordinary individuals who are shaping our world, movers and shakers in tech, policymakers, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and all those whose stories are worth telling. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and transformed. Welcome, and let's embark on this journey of discovery together. Impact Masters Podcast. You can check us out on all social media platforms. You can also find us across all podcast channels. Simply search for Impact Masters, then subscribe, follow, and share. www.impactmasters.io. Here's your host, Michael Kamathi.
There's Nyumba Kumi actually there works effectively.
Yes.
Even you cannot rent a house there without the approval of the neighbors.
Yes.
Did you point out those kind of models?
We did, and of course that also came up very much in our discussions from our classes.
Yes.
Because we wanted to understand the different governance structures. Of course, you see they are autocratic, they are laissez-faire, they are democratic. So we pointed all those.
Yes.
And where people are deeply involved in what is happening.
Okay.
In governance. And it's very interesting. And the day I become a diplomat, because I know I will become a diplomat, either I'll become top diplomat, and the president is the top diplomat.
Yes. Oh, the president is always the top diplomat.
He's the top diplomat because you've heard even how much he travels. But generally, in any country,
yes, the
number one diplomat is the president.
Okay.
Because the president needs to be able to, and for good reason, even when our own president is traveling, we want to believe he is going out there to ensure that he's talking well about the country, he's bringing investments in the country. And of course, they do that. You've seen across the board from the days of Kenyatta. Of course, Kenyatta did not travel much. Kenyatta won.
Yes.
In fact, he sent President Moi, then his vice president, a lot to all these OAU functions. President Moi also was not known to travel a lot, but he did a bit, one there. But of course, during his that was a time when there was a lot of turbulence here and there with IMF, whatnot. President Kibaki as well did a bit of travel, and you see, with all these things, he was able to bring infrastructure. President Kenyatta as well was able. So you're a top diplomat. When you're president, you're the top diplomat. And you're the one who represents your country well. So that is why when we have, sometimes when a country has a president that has been seen in negative light,
yes,
it already affects the diplomacy of that country. You realize that in countries that are considered failed states or pariah states, the presidents are looked at in very bad light. And as a result of that kind of publicity, people shy away from
even visiting.
From visiting and even from even bringing in investments.
Yes.
Because your investment is as good as the governance structure on the ground.
Yes.
You've had even investors running away because they have been asked for kickbacks, not only in Kenya, but across Africa.
Yes.
And those are the things that we may need to reevaluate and change. Because, you have to be, as a top diplomat, be able to clean up. But you've had cartels, it's very difficult to clean up cartels. Cartels fight back.
Yes. And they fight hard. But, at the end of the day, it's and this is where I stand. And I think Gen Zs can relate that sometimes we create our own problems.
Yep.
And if we're really honest about, cleaning up things, we could clean them up within a year.
Yeah.
If we're really honest, we want to clean them up.
Yeah.
Because even the current government, most of the opposition they're facing is whereby they're saying one thing, but what is happening is totally the opposite. And now is not like the days of Moi and Kenyatta's and Kibaki. People can actually communicate within instants, seconds, and everything. Everyone knows what is going on. People can actually source this information through digital means. People like Adani project you hear is someone in France who share the papers and the agreement. So it's a world where we need to know that people are more knowledgeable. The technology is really, there. It's ahead of most of these people. And it's no longer where you think that if maybe deals benefit you alone, the world will progress or the country you're in will progress. You need to accommodate public participation, public benefit, and the interest of the people. Sometimes even some of these investments, they're not worth it if at all they burden the mwananchi we depend on. So,
but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed a lot in we Kenyans because we seem to forget very easily.
Yes.
And when we had the Gen Z protests recently, I remember I went for Mandamano myself before people started looting. And in fact, that day when people were getting into parliament, we were out in Mandamano with some of our colleagues.
Interesting, yeah.
And it was very peaceful Mandamano. And you could tell and you could see young people ensuring, going out to participate.
Yes.
But then, when election time comes, people completely forget. People go back into their cocoons, into their tribal cocoons, and say, "Who mutu wetu, mutu mwingine wetu." You've had like now we have mutu ya murima,
usiguze murima,
usiguze murima, and it is fine.
Whatever you do,
yes,
usiguze murima,
usiguze murima. Sasa, but you see,
yes,
when you think about it. Even if you have your person there who as president, as member of parliament, you don't benefit directly as, me as Karuga, I will not benefit directly because a person from my kinsman is president. So we need to go and ensure that we are able to elect leaders who are going to bring maendeleo, who are going to ensure that we move the country forward.
Yes.
And all the crop of politicians we have now, we need to ensure that we clear them away. Because if we don't, in Kiswahili wanasema misitu ni ile pia na manyani ni wale wanabadilika tu. It's the same people. If you look at what is happening today.
Yes.
You remember Pentagon?
Yes.
Pentagon was against who that time?
Or banana.
It was against
banana movement.
Yes.
So it was like orange against banana movement because of the constitution, movement whereby there was a referendum call for new constitution. But the other side was saying, okay, we need a new constitution, but there's some clauses that should not be in this new constitution.
But you see, all these people have been together.
Yes.
When you look
they just change the different parties.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Honorable Musalia
is in the government now.
Is in government. They used to be with Baba, Raila Amolo Odinga. Yes. They used to be with Kalonzo.
Yes.
All of them.
And these are the speaker of the Bunge. He's called what? Wetangula. There was Ngilu.
They just rotate.
There's William Ruto. That was the Pentagon actually.
But if we actually go to this coming election, issue based, and we say, okay.
So everyone goes home. In actuality, everyone goes home.
We go issue based. I was heavily involved in the last election, and I was sad because elections just revolve around money and revolve around personalities. You come give people 1,000 shillings, 500 shillings.
That's it.
These people will say when they go to Bunge, when they go to offices, we bought your votes.
Yes.
So it is our time to eat.
Yes.
So if we can take this time and say, okay, we are going to go and elect fresh pair of hands that we can hold accountable. And if we put you in office, we are not putting you because you have the money or because people just get into these offices sometimes to go and just
cut the investment
and cut deals, recoup the investment, keep us impoverished, and then we will never continue moving. So we are in the same cycle day and day. We will do that podcast again on the political situation.
But it's very important that we talk about this, even if it's briefly. And this way, by the way, I look at the both side of the coin. And even this, you can refer to the coiners of democracy, as it is, who are going to the election in November in 2024. And the Democrats, ironically, did not even go for primaries for their, candidates. Which begs the question of, like, if these guys are the coiners of democracy, is democracy even right the way it is? Is it even set to really help the common person. Also, when you look at the social media, because now it's public, when the debate happens there, you can see it in real time. You can see the feedback. You can see people actually fact checking, like where Kamala was saying, they have cleared all the military from different war zones around the world, and then the military himself in those war zones fact checked in the real time. So the question then comes to is even if you elect whoever you elect, are you really electing that person or are you electing them for other people's interest? But beside that point, I feel like we need also to fact check, because propaganda is another tool that is being used in different democratic elections, and hence people make wrong decision. And I think there's something that came out of Gen Zs, and that's where now we mention people like Morara and many others, where people are doing civic education, because you see, most of the time, majority of people who vote are not in the cities where the information is circulating in the real time. Actually, there are people who, if you ask about the Occupy movement, they are not aware. They were saying those are, vijana waleo who are trying to disrupt the governance. That those people believe that once someone is elected, sworn in, which is supposed to be the case anyway, you need to give them chance to rule, because at the end of the day, majority spoke and minority were listened to as it goes. So how do you ensure that everyone is well educated civically? The young people encourage the importance of getting, the electors card, and they show up that day to vote. But besides that, because at the end of the day, if you're presented with two rotten apples, whichever you choose, you're damned. How do you ensure that actually is the case?
I think for me, from where I sit, is that number one, we need to, as you said, fact check and see who are the leaders that are, when you said we are posed with two rotten apples.
Yes.
Young people have shied away from presenting themselves to the electorate. Of course, because they know it's going to be a contest on money and fame, who has what. So the first step is can we have young people who submit themselves to the electorate? And first of all, I would expect someone like Morara Kebaso to be on the ballot in the next election, because we have seen what he's able to do. But again, I'm also disappointed. While it is possible for young people to bring themselves to the electorate, do you remember the young people that of yesteryears that presented themselves to the electorate?
One of them is known as Kimani Ichung'wa.
Now,
Rafael Tuju, them days. At the end of the day,
all these people were young.
There's even that guy who vied in, I think, in Tigania, I don't know, West or something.
There's a
Independent.
John Paul.
Yes.
There was even a John.
I don't know why he is anymore.
You see, you've had even recently we've had what is the name of the fellow from Mumias?
Salasia.
Peter Salasia. I like the guy, but the Peter Salasia who was elected
is not the same.
Or Toto, who was elected.
So what is the problem? Because that's why I say, at the end of the day, yes, election is good, democracy is good from the sound of it. But in reality, the way it is coined and the way it is shaped and the way it's structured, it has evidently shown that it doesn't deliver the desired result of the common person who has no ability to, because you see, we cannot all be leaders. In some time, and this is something I've come to believe over time, because if you're elected as president or the top diplomat, it's also good to engage technocrats who have no interest in politics to shape the narrative or to create the vision even beyond your tenure. And what this actually does, it sobers up the programs and the initiatives and even the expenditure throughout the course of your tenure and beyond your tenure. And I can use Vision 2030 and all other visions that are being created in the world. Some of them actually people have against them and they don't see the value or they look like they favor certain maybe Western world. But that's debatable. Because you see, post your 10 years, which most of the time you might not make the desirable change.
Yeah.
Then you want the person who comes in, they have a structure they can be able to fit in and implement. And today, if those structures are not set in 2002, today we'll not be enjoying the infrastructure we have, may not be enjoying the free education that we most of us are beneficiaries. We might not have been enjoying the good hospitals that we have as much as the government that came afterwards. Actually messed up the whole plan. But as one day you'll become a top diplomat.
Yes.
What would be your plan?
So I was explaining that the first thing is that we need young people to
absolutely
to give themselves to the electorate.
Yes.
But it does not start there. It starts with our children. Are we able to inculcate values of integrity right from when we are bringing them up? Because we have an opportunity to start from afresh.
Yes.
Because there is a generation of young people who have seen people who are entrepreneurs become overnight celebrities. People, they have had so much money. I was reading a post by Pauline Njoroge. You know Pauline Njoroge? And Pauline Njoroge was saying that she's sad that the people that our young people are looking up to are people who have sprang into unexplained wealth, unexplained riches with very little education. So if we would start from at our homes, we teach our children the values of integrity, the values of ensuring that you can be a good steward to resources that are put to you.
Yes.
That is step number one. And that goes along within the education system. And then we ensure that once we have elected leaders who are visionary, like for example, someone like Okia Omtata, we have seen how he has been consistent with fighting for the plight of the people of this country. But how long did it take for him to become even a senator? Okay?
Yes.
People always sabotaged. Of course, now he's a senator, but he has not topped it. We will need people like those who are luminaries, people who you are able to see, these are guys who, when given an opportunity,
they can serve.
And they ensure integrity. I cannot speak about the integrity, for example, of someone like Matiang'i, but I know during his tenure, or the late Professor Magoha, you could tell us there was a change.
Or Michuki. You know that those outstanding people who actually...
Those were outstanding people. But of course, these people are hindered by, number one, the cartels and the greed in government. And the reason why the people that we are mentioning get into government and they are not able to do much, they find themselves in what Miguna calls a cul-de-sac. You cannot move forward, you cannot move back because you are surrounded by hyenas. And everybody wants their cut. From the member of parliament to the contractor to the senator to the governor. It becomes a rotten society. But then we also need to learn from what has happened now. You had the shameful thing that happened on Finland. The Finland scholarships was in Gishu. And one lady from my alma mater, I think her name is Masi Tarus. I saw her on TV when she was grilling the governor then and the senator, asking...
One and only Mandago.
Asking them, have you ever... do you know any antidepressants? All your children are out there in good schools, abroad. But for us, our money has gone. How is it that we have gotten to that point where our leaders now not only fail to give us proper leadership, but are stealing from us?
So, even the smallest we have.
So if we learn to jichuna masikio and say, hey, 2027 and the other coming years, we are not going to be... we are not going to be fooled again. We are going to ensure we go and elect leaders who have the best interest. And anybody who has been known to loot, can you first of all don't elect such person? Anybody who has a negative record. I don't understand. Why do we still have people who are money laundering and they are known
And drug dealers.
And drug dealers. They are known. But we give them.
Yeah.
When someone comes to touch,
Yes.
mutu ya mulima. And a very simple case, as I say in passing, you remember when I told you I was heavily involved in the last election.
Yes.
And you remember, it was the former Prime Minister, Baba Raila Omolo Odinga, against President William Ruto. And you remember, President Uhuru was backing Baba.
Yes.
And of course, they had a fallout with the deputy president at that time. And the famous person from the Mulima, our own Rigathi Gachagua, even during the day of the swearing in at Kasarani, embarrassed President Kenyatta in front of foreign dignitaries, spoke
threatening messages.
Yes, spoke very, he's a truthful man, but he spoke in a way that, was very disparaging to President Kenyatta. But now look, he's now
facing the same music.
Everybody now in the mountain.
Yes.
I heard there were 48 members of parliament that signed a petition to say, this person from the Mulima, we don't want him. We want another one. Professor Kindiki is going to be the one we are going to talk to.
Yes.
Now, he's facing the same fate that faced President Kenyatta.
Yes.
So this thing, what goes around is it that
comes around.
That comes around.
But I think, also when you think about our able excellency, Uhuru Kenyatta, I feel like also we are cheated. Because you see, this chief said for 10 years straight,
yes,
this is my, I think about the way leadership is set right now, the president and the deputy president.
Yes.
It's like a husband and a wife.
Yes.
If you tell me this is my wife,
yes,
I know this is the right person.
Yes.
Regardless of their weakness.
Yes.
And he said that twice.
Yes.
And until maybe he said twice and he was in first year, second year, that's when we started seeing now the show that we saw between the deputy president and president. So for me, I feel also it did not do us justice. Number one. Number two, the argument were not honest. And also, if for sure he knew what was the problem with this chief, he could have said it bluntly, because people were asking, what is the problem with your deputy?
You see,
even the people of Murima were asking, tell us, Kinagaubaga, this is the problem. But he kept, playing around.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
And I'll start by saying that in this country and all over the world, there are no permanent friends or permanent enemies in politics. Only interests. It's interests that shift.
Yes.
And the president then and the president now, the only thing that they could not afford to say anything at that time, especially during his first term, is because, again, I'll borrow Miguna's word, he was in the cul-de-sac. Because if he dropped Deputy President Ruto at that time, people from the Rift Valley would come guns blazing.
Yes.
So his hands were tied.
Yes.
So he could not start saying anything. And you remember, they also had that other issue of ICC together.
Yes.
So nobody would want to say too much. President Kenyatta only started speaking. The rift became apparent in his second term when he knew that I have already crossed the Rubicon. So I cannot go back. Whether you elect me again, I am not asking for another term.
Yes.
So I am going to go guns blazing. And that is when, you remember, a lot of responsibilities that were for the deputy president were assigned to people like Dr. Matiang'i.
Yes.
And in fact, he was cut because he was campaigning all over the place, you remember. And
even there was Tim Tanga and whatnot.
Yes. And you see, now, I heard President Ruto telling Gachagua now, please, punguza joto ya 2027. That was the same person who was doing the same 2 years ago.
No, we are joking.
You see?
Let me tell you something. And this is very serious because you see here, and I don't know why people don't see this. We're just playing with fire.
Yeah.
And fire here means we can lose everything, all the the steps you have made forward. Because you see, people like us are getting old.
Yeah.
Even the Gen Z, maybe by the time 2027 and 2032 is coming in, they also hold.
Yes.
or maybe they're not the same age. That's what I mean. And guess what? The newer generation are not taking it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, guys. So we need to sober up and be fair, because at the end of the day, everyone wants a good life, decent life, and they are not saying give me. There's no one actually who has ever expected government to give them housing. Of course, I know there are some countries where you're given housing, you're given food stamp. At least in Africa, we have a great land. We're just asking for a platform to be able to do our farming, not be overtaxed on the fertilizers and whatnot, be charged fairly where we agree. And I think what your thesis should be implemented fully, whereby there's proper public participation.
Yes.
Because you don't expect someone in Central to pay X, someone in the Eastern to pay X, and then they get Y, all of them, but they did not pay the same X.
Yeah.
It is unfair, because that person will feel like it's being stolen away from me. So there are so many issues that need to be addressed. Education, where people at least expecting to get educated, offer their service across the world. Yeah. You are destroying that. You are coming and saying anyone who needs the loans, they need to have, I don't know which certificate, I don't know, apply this way, that way. And then by the time you do all these processes, the school that has started, someone misses a whole year.
Yes.
Already, that missed year they will never recover from it. It's a wasted year in their life.
Yes.
So if you put all these things, guess what? Even 2027 looks like it's far away. So as a leader, when you get there is so many issues to be addressed, policy-wise, structure-wise, and politically.
Yeah, and just in summary to what you have asked is how we are going to be able to at least change that. I have said, number one, we are going to ensure that we start from our local village, our homes, to educate our kids on the importance of integrity and whatnot, good governance.
Yes.
Number two, the young people who are the majority need to get involved.
Yes.
And not only become keyboard warriors, but get involved by register to vote and actually go and vote. And ensure that you understand, you know your leaders. And then after you have voted, can you keep your leaders accountable?
Yes.
What we saw during the Gen Z protests, because you see the thing was withdrawn.
Yes.
The finance bill was withdrawn. So ensure that you keep this. And in the constitution, we even have clauses for recall. You are recalling these people who you sent to Bunge.
Yes.
You are able to recall them from your MCA level. So once you have done that, and then just keep yourself abreast with what is going on. Don't be on the periphery saying there are people who are going to fight for us. Boniface Mwangi is going to fight for us. Morala Kibasu is going to go for us. And I've seen people now on Twitter, on TikTok, people are going to check, getting involved with what he's doing. And can you sound the alarm? When people have become dishonest, when you see what has been happening to Adani, when we have leaders who are coming to flaunt on us and say, my watch is very expensive, my shoe I bought how much? I mean, those are not the kind of people the kind of leaders that we would want. And then encourage civic education amongst ourselves, and let us also educate our own parents and parents' so to ensure that as we go, and vernacular stations have done a very good job these days. There is a lot of education. I told you my grandmother listens to Inoro day in, day out, and she can describe the Adani deal today eloquently and tell you what the Adani deal is. She can describe to you what the finance bill was and the steps that have been taken.
Yes.
So I think we just need to continually engage that. And finally, during elections, can we reduce on electing people based on how much money they bring? In fact, people used to say, kula kwa fulani na upatie kura mtu fulani. But then we need to ensure that we are not influenced, we are not bought by eating.
But you know, saying that to an angry person is very hard.
Yeah, but you see, that person, my question to those people is, because we gave them 500 in 2022, how long did that 500 last? Because people have very sweet mouths. You remember we were told, utakuwa unapiga simu bila airtime kuisha. You remember? I mean, that's blatant.
Na free wifi.
The free wifi. Ukiwa Kaptaget, unafanya tu hivi pesa inatoka kazi itapatikana wherever. Asante.